You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hellgate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Wednesday the 4th of June, 2025. It is 76 days after the spring equinox. It is 16 days before the summer solstice. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 16th day of Prairial, the day of the Oyer, the carnation. The sun rises today at 5:25 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:54 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:23 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:56 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:38 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing gibbous phase and is 65% full at midday. The full moon will arrive on Wednesday, the 11th of June. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the early morning, high tide, 5:40 a.m., 1 meter 22. Near midday, low tide, 11:47 a.m., 24 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 7:26 p.m., 1 meter 43. In our shared realm of plants and animals, according to the Central Park Conservancy, female snapping turtles may be spotted out of water this time of year as they walk about looking for a good spot to lay their eggs. The Conservancy reminds us to give them wide berth so they can be about their business. Commemorations. On this day in 1411, King Charles VI of France granted a monopoly to the people of Roquefort-sur-Soulzon for the ripening of Roquefort cheeses in their local caves. Aviation milestones. On this day in 1783, Joseph and Jacques Montgolfier made their first demonstration of the hot air balloon they had invented. The spherical balloon was made of sackcloth, reinforced with 3 layers of thin paper. It was held together by 1,800 buttons, and a reinforcing fishnet of cord covered the outside of the balloon. They launched the unmanned balloon at Annonay, just south of Lyon. The flight lasted 10 minutes and covered 2 kilometers. In a related anniversary, just 1 year later to the day, in 1784, Madame Elisabeth Thible of Lyon became the first woman to ascend in an untethered hot air balloon. She was accompanied by a certain Monsieur Florent. The balloon was named the Gustave, in honor of the Swedish king Gustav III, who was visiting Lyon at the time. For the flight, Thible was dressed as the Roman goddess Minerva. She and Florent sang duets from popular opera as they ascended into the sky, much to the amusement of the king. Their flight lasted 45 minutes and covered 4 kilometers. A solemn anniversary. Today in 1989, the Tiananmen Square massacre took place in Beijing. Units of the People's Liberation Army entered the square, where ongoing pro-democracy protests had been taking place. They cleared the square. Many died, although the exact number is highly disputed. The events in Tiananmen Square were annually commemorated in Hong Kong until recently, until the suspension of civil liberties in that city ended the practice. We remember those who died, and the aspirations of people at that time to live in a more open and democratic society. On this day in 1928, Dr. Ruth Westheimer was born. She, of course, gained fame for her programs delivering no-nonsense advice about sex to a broad audience. She once said, "When it comes to sex, the most important 6 inches are the ones between your ears." And she also said, "I don't like to see teenage men wearing very tight jeans. The site of an erection belongs in the privacy of the bedroom, the living room, or kitchen floor." Thank you, Dr. Ruth, for your sex-positive teaching and encouragement. And that is the Observatory, Wednesday the 4th of June, 2025.